How's it going, guys? So today I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to read like current events right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about some things, but I want to be very careful how I word things to you, as I know a lot of people are not careful what they are throwing out there. But last night I was just kind of going through YouTube, and there was this one lady who came up, and I'm not going to give her name because I don't want to badmouth anybody. I don't want to start any kind of war with anyone, obviously, of course not. And I wouldn't do that. But she's a pretty prominent light worker, definitely has quite a bit of a following, kind of like me and my group. She's got a lot of people. And so anyway, when she was talking, she was, let's just say, because I don't want to get into the issue because it could start a thing, but there was a lot of poison there. I feel like this is a light person. I do believe she is a light person. I'm not saying she is not. But definitely, whatever is going on with her connection, it is definitely getting poisoned. And it was really concerning because the things she was saying that were coming from light beings, it's like, I'm sure they're trying to get through. Maybe the message is just getting skewed along the way. But it was definitely not of the light, okay? And other people were she got a lot of thumbs down. She did get a lot of thumbs down, So I know there was awake people looking at that. I mean, she got about 230 thumbs down, but she still got a lot of likes. And there were a lot of people commenting and so forth in support. And I was kind of sad, and it just made me feel a little frustrated. This is something I've tried to talk to some people about. Now, I'm not going to attack light people because they believe in conspiracy theories or anything like that, but I may give them some facts and just try to present things. But even when I am doing that, I am finding that they're immediately rejected when you give them a fact. There is this automatic defense that is popping up when you give them some kind of truth, because these conspiracy theories are so incredibly pervasive. And I was watching Aisha Sheba's video, which is completely different from this lady. She's completely awake and aware. She knows exactly what is going on. She's like me. I know what's going on. And we're in sync with everything. And it's like she was saying, you got your little conspiracy theories here, but there's a bigger thing up here. And this is where you need to look. Is the thing going here that's got all this going on to distract you. And this is the hard part that people are having a hard time seeing. And she's also absolutely right that a lot of this stuff is to bring down the vibration. See, what you need to understand. Now, a lot of times people think of lower astral, 3D, the 5D, the higher astral and all that. It's really layers. So don't necessarily think of it as low, high, though we say it just because we got to say something, but it's really layers. And we can easily get dragged, you could say, to the lower astral, to the point it's your existence from 3D to there. This is kind of the way we are heading at the moment. And there are light people who are awake, who are also beginning to awaken. And you could say that the force that has got all these distractions to try to throw you is trying to separate light people, because if the light people come together like this, which is I've been trying to tell you guys, if the light people all link up and come together like this, we could raise the vibration of the planet, of everyone else. That's the point of awakening. What do you think it's for? We're trying to prevent some catastrophe from happening. This is what we were sent here for, guys. We were sent here with various missions, be it, giving messages of spirit, connecting to loved ones, being a healer. We're all really healers, okay? But there are forces that are trying to plant seeds in people's minds to divide us, to distract us, and to drag us, okay? And for people who were already asleep and so forth, it's been like that. Easy peasy. But people who are awakened and so forth, they've been really fighting, to strengthen the connection. I threw some cards down before I talked to you guys, and that is especially what you need to work on. See the card Strength, and we just have the Lion's Portal, 8. But strengthening to the connection to spirit right now is the thing you need to make your first focus. 100%. Work on strengthening the connection to spirit. Tune everything out. Get off social media sometimes. I know sometimes if it's your business or you got to talk to people, I know it's very hard. I find it hard. But there are some times, we just got to tune it out. Turn off the news for a little while and just work on your connection to spirit. But this is especially what we want to do. And we want to be a clear channel for spirit during this time, which is really important because we've got these forces that are trying to distract us because they want to break our connection. They want us to be connecting to something negative, and then funneled down is all this gunk, so the messages that you are giving to other people are poison. Okay? And spirit doesn't want that to happen. I feel spirit is trying really hard to stay connected to you guys. They're fighting through all the lies and the conspiracy theories, and they're trying to show you the truth. They're showing up in dreams even. I've noticed people having dreams, and they're trying to keep you awake, really, really hard. So it just, one of the things, I used to pray for, even as a child, what I used to say, please lead me in the right direction. That was something even as a little kid, I had something in me that would say that. Just lead me in the right direction. I have said that since I was little because something told me it's important to be led in the right direction. So that's what I want you guys to do. As you work on strengthening your connection to spirit, ask to be led in the right direction so you don't stray, so you don't fall away. And then I've also got the Chariot. So some of you are the spiritual warriors. You are meant to take up causes and all that, definitely. And this is a big thing. I did a post, there's obviously, we hear about Save the Children and Black Lives Matter and these, and people are trying to make you feel that these should be in opposition, that you could only care about one or the other. Why can't you care about all of it? Why can't you care about Black Lives Matter and Save the Children? Okay. And another thing too, notice Save the Children didn't come up until Black Lives Matter. I want you to kind of step back. Why do you think that is? When children were being put in cages, where were you? Were you talking about it? Were you doing anything about it? Were you speaking up about it? A lot of people that you see with the hashtag Save the Children were not talking about the immigrant children. But all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter occurs, George Floyd, everything else, and I've talked about that on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, Save the Children pops up to distract you. Why can't you care about both? Why does it have to be, this is all I care about? It's to distract you from the horror of COVID. Why is this all you care about? Why don't you care about COVID? Stop this shit, okay? Stop it. Stop being led by the nose, by these people that are trying to distract you. These are real issues. They are all real issues, okay? It's not that one political party has one and the other. Put away the political party issue for a moment. These are all issues that need attention. It's not a matter of picking one to care about and another to care. We don't care about that one. That should not be important. This is the main important. Stop this nonsense. Okay, this is all a game to distract you. Okay, when let's go back even further, way before COVID. When R. Kelly had all his videos about all these young girls, where were you when R. Kelly comes out with, there's a documentary? I didn't see everybody being outraged on social media about it. There were some people, but where were you then? Where were you? Save these girls. Okay, I don't want to hear about it. Okay, I don't want to hear about it. And that hashtag thing, what does it do? Okay, if you want to make a difference, get up and do something. Make a difference about something, in some way. We all, but don't judge another person because they care about Black Lives Matter, okay, and they're not talking about Save the Children, or just, the division, man. Okay, this is what we've got to get away from. We got to get away from the division and the fighting and this nonsense, because this, you could say, the main wants to distract you, and they're throwing all this stuff out at you to lead you off your mission, to put you back to sleep, or make you even sleepier than you were before. You got to stop that. And that's one of the things, life experience, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Okay? With, all of this that is happening, these are powerful revelations that are going on. They are very powerful. That card is a Tower card in tarot. Okay, this everything that has been going on, 2020 is the Tower. Okay, any tarot reader has been seeing the Tower lately, okay? But it's, everything is breaking down. Maybe some things needed to, absolutely. So everything comes to surface and we can see the corruption that has been going on. But at the same time, there are some things that don't need to break down. For instance, the light community does not need to become divided while the whole world does. We should be coming together, guys. We should be coming together, and strengthening that connection to spirit and working on being healers, but these things are implanting in people's minds, and they're distracting them from their mission and everything else. It's sad. It's incredibly sad. That's why I talk about Four of Air, meditate on things. This is a meditation card. Meditate, kind of get away from some of this for a little bit and really just tune into spirit. Meditation is a great way to stop all the thoughts that you've got going on in your mind that are being force-fed to you on social media or watching the news, and just quiet the mind completely and really just let the spirit talk, let the higher self drive and enlighten you. Once we stop all this chatter of these voices that have been created in your head and so forth. Another one is, self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. I was getting mixed up with the other card I'm going to show you. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Okay, I want you to kind of think on that. Yes, we want to unite with light workers and all that. We absolutely want to do that. But at the same time, we may need to be solo in our efforts so we don't end up in the wrong cliques, at the same time. We have to be willing to stand alone in our convictions. And another thing is originality. Okay, being original here. Don't be this a robot right now, because we got a lot of robots running around. There's a lot of robots running around trying to say things, and everybody's saying the same thing and doing the same thing, and it's like it's not authentic. It's just not authentic, and it's not spirit, guys. I'm sorry if you're trapped in these weird thinking, and even like Aisha was saying, calling people sheep. Why are you calling your brother and sister sheep? See, that's what I don't want to call people sheep. Just yesterday though, I did have somebody talking about, the connection to spirit, trying to question it. See, that's one thing I won't put up with, and I put them in their place, but we really need to be strengthening that connection during this time, and we want to be careful. Try, we're going to have some debate moments. It's going to happen, but try to do it kind, the best we can. If you're presenting certain facts and things, to try to, get a little cognitive dissonance in there. Try to be kind about it, which I know, it could rub people the wrong way and things, but, try to be higher up there, as you do it. We have certain things we care about. Everybody has some kind of cause. Everybody has some kind of mission. Everybody is aware of different things. I want you to kind of think of the story of the blind men and the elephant. They're all blind, and here's an elephant, and one is feeling a leg, and he's describing the leg, and he's talking about, okay, so this is a tree, and one grabs the trunk. This is a snake. Okay, one grabs the tail. This is a worm, and one grabs the ear. This is a leaf. You know, the blind men and the elephant. You know, they're blind and they're all feeling a different part of the elephant, and they're trying to describe it. Okay, and really they're all wrong in some way, but they're, if they all could kind of come together, you know, and experience each other's part, they could figure out it's an elephant, right? You know, maybe after a little bit of work and kind of listening to each other and locking horns, they could figure out it's an elephant. I want you to kind of think on that story. You know, we are, as we're kind of here in the 3D trying to raise the vibe, you know, we are dealing with duality. You know, this is what, you know, the way it is and the way it operates. And it's supposed to function that way. This is where the work is. This is school. So we're going to deal with certain things. But, you know, if the darkness, you know, completely snuffs all the light out, it's lower astral all over the world. You know, and we're all in the muck. You know, we're all in it together. And it's the light people, and I'm not just saying they're light workers, but just various light people are trying to stop that from happening. You know, in their various ways, in their various work, which is very important. Let's draw a couple more oracle cards. Try to give you messages. But notice I'm really not trying to fill your head with anything. I don't want to do that. You should all, if you're awake, know better. How about, like, put it like that? You should know better than be swept up. You know, watch The Matrix. Watch The Matrix. This is a pretty good one. Don't dim to fit in. Okay? And that is true. A lot of people are, their light is dimming. You know, and they're getting in these little cliques with these little, you know, philosophies and conspiracy theories and various things. They're dimming their light as they do. You know, stay bright during this time. Stay light, stay bright, stay awake. But don't be afraid, you know, just, well, there are sometimes maybe it's best not to say anything. I will say that. But there, you know, obviously with family, if it's going to cause a fight at the dinner table, maybe, you know, and it's just completely pointless to talk any sense into them, you know, maybe should not. But, you know, with other people, maybe, you know, speak up and show your light. And then I also have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So that's beautiful. The grandmother spirit, you know, seeding the light. That's the divine plan. What is the divine plan? But, you know, I kind of sit there and I've sat with spirit on some of this, you know, and it is real hard to try to see the upside of the way the world is right now. It's super hard. But I know that it's not spirit's fault necessarily for what is going on in the world. This is all human. This is all human beings, you know, and it's out of control right now. And you know, it's just there's focus. There's a lot of people who are worried about the end of the world. And I'm not going to lie, there are times it slips in my mind, and I will sit there and I do wonder, you know, because that's one of those things that, you know, us psychics, being able to see that is real hard to do. But there are times I do wonder, is this it? Is this it? You know, but then I try to have hope because I see those light folks in the world, you know, and the children and the beauty of them and everything. And I see good people and I see healers and the helpers, like, you know, Mr. Rogers talked about the helpers. And then I'm like, you know what, these folks may be the reason it does not go that road, because there's still people left. So spirit's not going to do a Shiva on us and destroy us. That's what I'm hoping. But I don't know because it's so crazy right now, you know, how dense it is getting. And, you know, I can definitely feel it sometimes where I just feel everything feels so incredibly heavy. And I got to just like fight to get back up there and be like, okay, remind me my purpose, Spirit. Remind me what I'm supposed to do here. Go do readings and help people because they're having a hard time and get them to a better place with the message of Spirit from what you got to say. I remind myself of that that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm meant to do. And that's what I'm being called to do. And that's my way of saying thank you to Spirit for what they did for me in my life when I was that person on the other end of a reader, having a hard time trying to figure out my life. Now that I've figured out most of it, maybe I can guide some others along the way. Strengthen your connection to Spirit. Sometimes, and I want to tell you this wisdom, sometimes a spade is a spade. There are a lot of people that here's a spade. Just pretend my hand is a spade. How many fingers am I holding up and everything? It's clearly 5. And they're going to say, oh, it's 3 fingers. It's like, well, that looks like 5. Oh, no, it's only 3. Fake news. All this crap. Just sometimes the way it appears really is what it is. Sometimes the way it's that you see it is actual. Everybody's trying to get through that Neptunian illusion and so forth. Yes, there are a lot of illusions being cast before your eyes, but then there are some things that there is no veil, and it's really clear, and it's right in your face, and it's painfully obvious, and even then, you're confused because of all the stuff, the seeds that are planted in the mind that are confusing you from seeing what is painfully obvious. So, sometimes spade's a spade. This is 5 fingers I'm holding up. How many do you see? Okay, it's real important. It's real important facts. Numbers. If you see something with numbers, we've got our angel numbers and this and that. Well, we got COVID numbers too. Okay, and everybody wants to tell you they're wrong. Okay, come on, man. Come on. A spade's a spade. Be real here. Some things are very obvious. Spirit does not want you confused. They really don't. But if your heart, if your heart's messed up, your heart chakra, you're easily going to get misled. You're easily going to get misled. I know we want to love everybody, but there are some people that it would be dangerous to give our love and attention to. We got to be real careful during this time. I'm not saying we can't pray for them. I'm just saying, engaging with certain people, we got to be real careful during this time. So just, be careful. Be careful during this time. But protect your mind. Okay? You need your mind. Protect your mind. Be careful. Be careful what you're watching. Be careful what you're reading during this time. Keep it all pure. As pure as you can. And I just drew Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? And that's definitely something this year I'm going to take a journey. I have to get out of here, and go somewhere and just in nature, just be in spirit. I'm going to do my own little journey by myself. But it's just like I said, these causes, it's what it really makes me angry. This whole save the children thing that people are using the children, in a way, just to take the mind off other causes that need attention. They all can have attention, but think about it. What really is your hashtag doing? When you're doing it, are you just it's an ego feed. Look at how I care. I'm so important. Stop it. Stop it. Do something productive. Try to get out there and awaken humanity something. But if you really want to do something more than that. But, there's no reason why we can't care about the whole thing. Okay? There's no reason for that. Everybody needs to pay attention and just stop falling for these conspiracy theories. Because it is, if everybody loses their mind, yeah, we're all going to be lower astral. That is where we will live. Okay, I want you to, when you have a dream and it's kind of dark and it's just ghosts and, and, you know, gross, and you just want to get out of there, and it's scary and everything's decrepit. That's lower astral. And that's where you're going to live if you don't stop. Okay, if everybody doesn't stop, we're going to get dragged down, and that is going to be our existence. And I hope not. I hope not. And that's why all the light people need to protect themselves during this time, you know, and stay awake and be aware and not allow these seeds to plant, and most important, strengthen the connection to spirit.